Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez is returning on Saturday night versus WBO mandatory Steve Claggett. So it's time to do some predictions. So in today's video, I went on BoxRec, looked at records, looked at resumes, and then made my prediction. So I hope you all enjoy, and peace. Alright, here we go. We have a pretty good card here for Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. The undercard is, this card is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good card, I'm gonna be honest. Now we got so many prospects. I mean, honestly, this is how almost every top ranked card is. It's a bunch of prospects on the undercard, you know, which leads to a lot of knockouts or just good performances in general. But there's some pretty good names on this card, and we're going to go through the card, and I'm going to do my predictions. We're going to look at people's records, their resume, and yeah, let's get right into it. The first fight we're going to be looking at is Walsh versus Sona, Akale. Now, if you don't know, this fight is actually a rematch. Now, they already fought before, and Sona Akale won by, I'm pretty sure it was majority decision. Yeah, he won by majority decision. Now, Walsh has kind of had a sticky career, you could say. Now, came in, he was super hyped. He's Muhammad Ali's grandson, so of course he's going to be hyped. Getting knockouts against, I would say, lower competition, I'm going to be honest. But we could look at this record, 9-1, 5 knockouts, 1 loss, which is by majority decision. I don't think he's never been knocked down in his career. We can just look at his opponents. I mean, he's fought decent opponents, but some of these are just pure stepping stones. You know, he faced guys like Jordan Weeks, who was 4-1. You know, James Wesley was 1-0, only had 1 fight. I mean, to be fair, they both were 1-0 at that point. Reyes Sanchez 6-0. That's pretty good, to be honest. You don't really see any fighter fighting some undefeated fighters in their first couple of fights, so this is good work from Walsh. And then, you know, he went I ain't gonna lie, he just went down in competition his next fight. He fought a guy who 1-1, 1 loss, 1 draw. That man has experienced everything. But then he went and fought he's a more experienced guy, 7-1. Then he went up and fought this guy, Reyes Sanchez, 7-2. You know, 5-2, you know, 9-2, 13-9. Now that's kind of bad. Now this fight, he actually, I'm pretty sure it was a draw. I'm pretty sure it was a majority draw. But then Danny Rosenberger, I'm pretty sure he popped for PDs, so they changed it to a no contest. Then he fought Sona Akale next. Now this, I ain't gonna lie, this fight was low-key a war. That was a pretty good fight. Now I did think Walsh had won it, but they gave the win to Sona Akale. I feel like I could see why, because Sona had obviously the more powerful shots. He landed the bigger shots, but Walsh was also coming back with some pretty good work too. So I don't know. Honestly, could have went either way, but they gave Sona the win. And then after that loss, the first loss of his career, he went and fought. Now, before he fought Charles Stanford, I remember he went and fought he went and had a pro bout in Africa, I believe. It was in Africa, and it went like completely under the water. No one even knew about the fight except anyone who followed him, obviously. And it's not even on BoxRec, so it wasn't even counted towards his record. So low-key, it might have just been a waste of time for him, to be honest. But he faced Charles Stanford, 7-5, trash guy. He won by unanimous decision. Now we're gonna look at Sona's record. 9-1, 4 KOs. He has some pretty big power. I'm surprised he only has 4 KOs, to be honest. He has pretty big power from what I've seen with him versus Nico Walsh. One loss, which was by KO, so obviously he's been knocked out before. And we can just look at this guy's record. Oh wow, 0-6, 0-6, 2-2, 3-5. A guy on their debut. Okay, 8-12, 2-2, 19-27. And then he stepped up in competition versus Nico Walsh, which he obviously won by majority decision, and then fought one more time in a boxing gym versus a guy named Trey Martin. He won by unanimous decision. Now, based off the last fight, I feel like the only thing that really held Nico back from doing his best work was honestly his defense. He would get hit with a lot of shots, but he also would come back with some good shots. It was low-key a war, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like if Nico Walsh has improved his defense, I feel like honestly he could take this pretty easily and win this by unanimous decision. Now this is me editing. One thing I forgot to include is that in the first fight, he wobbled Sona bad. He wobbled him bad, like almost like he was really shaky on his feet. So I kind of didn't really take that into account when I was doing my prediction, and I didn't really bring it up. So yeah, just to let y'all know about more details about the first fight. Opinion. But I got Nico Walsh winning this by unanimous decision. I feel like he's definitely not gonna make the same mistake twice versus a guy like Sona. So yeah, I got Nico Walsh. Next up, we got Emiliano Vargas taking on Jose Zaragoza. This guy's 9-8. I don't even think we have to really deep dive into any of this. I mean, they just put Emiliano Vargas versus another bum. I hope he gets a KO this time. I'm gonna be honest. I was pretty surprised that he didn't get a KO last time. But I got Emiliano Vargas winning this fight by knockout. I don't see how he can lose this. But next, Elvis Rodriguez will be taking on Gino Rodrigo. Now, Elvis Rodriguez, I know of this guy. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched him fight, but I have heard of him. I mean, he's 15-1, 13 KOs. We could just take a look at his resume real quick. He's fought guys like Victor Postal, Joseph Adarmo. He lost to a guy named Kenneth Sims Jr. I don't know who this individual is, but he lost to him. Okay. Well, other than that, it's not really much to say. I haven't really watched him fight, but 15-0, 13 KOs, so he obviously got some power. Let's see the guy he's facing. Gino Rodrigo. Bro. Bro, Boxrec be doing individuals wrong with these pictures, bro. Like, what is this picture? Like, it looked like they caught this at a bad moment, bro. How? Well, let's see the guys he's faced. I mean, he's 12-3. Hasn't been knocked out before. 10 knockouts. So, he's got some power too. Only 2 wins by unanimous, or only 2 decision wins. So, he's clearly got some power. But he's fought a lot in the Philippines. Fighting a guy who's 30-21, 7-6, 11-8, 4-0, 7-12, 5-8, 28-7, 28-6. Oh, he lost to the guy who was 4-0. Oh, that's bad. He lost to the guy who's 9-1. Okay. I mean, I don't really know what to say about this guy. I don't know much about him. Haven't seen. I'd never even heard of him before today. I'm gonna be honest. So I got Elvis Rodriguez winning this probably about knockout. Now next up we got Robeisy Ramirez, uh, former WBO featherweight champion. Now Robeisy Ramirez, he's had a decent boxing career. I mean, he went to the Olympics, won the Olympics. He beat Shakur Stevenson in the Olympics, which is crazy. But I mean, honestly, I see how he beat him because Shakur has more of a pro type of style. When in the amateurs, it's more about volume than actually like the effect of the punches or the significance of the punch. It's more just about volume and who's landing more. So I can see how he won that. But he actually is coming off of a loss versus Rafael Espinoza, who actually just won the other day by knockout. So yeah, this guy, I ain't gonna lie, this guy Rafael Espinoza is an issue. He's a, what is he, 6'1" featherweight. 6'1" featherweight. How is that? How is that even legal? How is this guy not a weight bully? He must be a weight bully. I ain't gonna lie. There's no way you're 6'1" and you're a featherweight, bro. Stop. But I did watch his last fight. He's definitely good. He's good for sure. I didn't get to watch the fight versus Robeisy Ramirez. I ain't gonna lie, I just didn't watch the fight. I don't know what was on that day. It was probably a better fight on that night, to be honest, if I didn't watch this. But he's beat guys like Isaac Dogbe. He beat Abraham Nova. And I mean, that's the only notable guys really on his resume so far. But he was the WBO champ. There's not much I can say. He fought in December. He's facing a guy, Brandon Leon Benitez. Why does this picture look like a mugshot? Why does this picture look like a mugshot? What is happening? Let's look at this guy's record: 14-4, 14-2. He's facing guys 18-3. That's a lot. This is some good opponents he's facing. 9-1. Okay, 16-22 is sick work. 11-0, which he lost to Saul Sanchez, and he's 20-3 now. Oh wow, he just lost. Oh, he just lost to Jason Maloney. What the heck? I ain't gonna lie, losing to Jason Maloney is sick work. Hey, actually, I think I remember this. No, I remember this fight. No, I definitely remember this fight. This fight was a war. It was an absolute fight of the year contender. This was on the Archer Better Biv undercard. I remember that. And he lost. But he lost to that guy by KO. So he has been knocked out 21-2. Both his losses are by KO, and 9 of his wins are knockouts. So clearly he doesn't have that much power when it 9 knockouts out of 21 wins. I'm pretty sure this is just a stepping stone for Robeisy Ramirez. I got Robeisy Ramirez winning this by probably knockout. And the main event, Teofimo Lopez will be taking on Steve Claggett. Now, I haven't seen Steve Claggett fight. 38-7. Wow, that's a lot of fights. 38. Where did his losses go? Bro thinks he's Devin Haney making his losses disappear. Now I'm gonna be honest, before this recording, I did not do any research on Steve Claggett, but I've done some research now. I've watched some of his fights, and after watching some of his fights, I'm gonna be honest, he is the perfect style for Teofimo Lopez. And a lot of people don't like that Teofimo Lopez is fighting Steve Claggett. Now, if you don't know, Steve Claggett is his WBO mandatory, which means if he doesn't fight him, he will lose the belt. So I don't get, some of these boxing fans that are trying to shame him for taking this fight or for making this fight happen. I mean, it's his mandatory. He has to fight him or he'll still lose the belt. I mean, this guy's not even a bum, really. I'm gonna be honest. 38-7. I know 7 losses is bad in boxing, but 38 wins, bro. He's at least decent. I mean, he's on a 9-fight win streak. That's why he became the WBO mandatory. And also, as I was saying, he is the perfect style for Teofimo Lopez to fight. You know, Teofimo Lopez usually succeeds against those guys who like to come forward. He likes to make them look silly and, you know, make them miss and counter off the back foot. Now, we've seen all of his struggles come against people who have footwork or move around or pop shot. Those are the type of guys he struggles against. I mean, to be fair, his only loss is to somebody who really comes forward. But I don't even know if that was the best Teofimo we seen that night. But no discrediting George Kambosos over here. I don't care if it wasn't the best Teofimo Lopez. You beat Teofimo Lopez. Well, with that being said, I have Teofimo Lopez winning this fight by knockout. I feel like this should be a pretty easy fight for him. And yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, give the video a like, comment down below what you want to see next. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. And comment down below your predictions in the comments.